Imagine waking up one day to find out you're banned from competing, not because of your talent, but because of who you are. This is the new reality in the United States after a controversial executive order signed by Donald Trump in 2025. An order that bans trans athletes from participating in women's sports. But this story goes far beyond the sports arena. It's about politics, science, human rights, and, above all, the identity of a generation. This is World Radar, and today, we're scanning every layer of this crisis shaking the world. In February 2025, Donald Trump, once again president, signed a highly controversial executive order. Its title alone sparked outrage, keeping men out of women's sports. The message was clear: any institution that allows transgender women to compete in female categories, whether it's a school, university, or sports program, will lose all federal funding. Within hours, the NCAA, the largest governing body for college athletics in the U.S., followed suit. The new policy states, athletes assigned male at birth can no longer participate in women's teams, regardless of hormone treatment or surgery. Biological sex is now the rule. Supporters of the order claim they are protecting fairness in sports. But what does science actually say? Some studies suggest that even after hormone therapy, trans athletes retain physical advantages, such as greater bone density, muscle mass, and lung capacity. Other research, however, shows significant performance declines following transition, including loss of strength and endurance. In short, science is still under debate, but laws are already being enforced. One name that brought this issue to the forefront is Lia Thomas, the college swimmer who, in 2022, became the first transgender woman to win a national NCAA title. Her victory was seen as groundbreaking by some and controversial by many. Headlines erupted. Protests followed. Lawsuits were filed. Lia became the face of a generation fighting for its right to exist in sports and being pushed out. Under Trump's new order, Lia would now be banned. No opportunity. No platform. And this is where the nation splits. On one side are LGBTQ+ advocates, civil rights organizations, allies, and members of the scientific community. They say these policies are discriminatory, a direct attack on dignity, inclusion, and identity. On the other side, athletes, coaches, sports officials, and a portion of the media who argue that cisgender women are being harmed, and that the essence of women's sports is being rewritten. This isn't just ideological anymore. It's existential. But this conflict doesn't stop at America's borders. The United Kingdom has adopted similar restrictions. In Australia, transgender women are being blocked from elite competitions. World Athletics, the international governing body for track and field, has banned trans women from elite female events. The International Olympic Committee has left the decision to each sports federation. And the trend is clear. The rules are tightening around the globe. But are these decisions based purely on science or on political pressure? Meanwhile, young trans athletes live in fear and uncertainty. Many have already dropped out of sports. Others never even start. They live with the constant question, is it worth training if I can be excluded at any moment? Studies show that institutional exclusion worsens mental health among trans youth. Rates of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts rise significantly. These aren't statistics. They are real lives, fading silently in the background. And here's the political strategy. Donald Trump has turned this topic into a campaign weapon. He uses sports as a stage. His message excites conservative voters, religious groups, and people who see gender identity as a threat to natural order. To them, banning trans athletes isn't hate, it's protection. But where does protection end when it means exclusion? The debate is deep, and the answers are far from easy. So here's the question. How do we balance inclusion with fairness? How do we protect women's sports without violating human rights? Are we even prepared to see beyond polarization? And you, what do you think? Should trans women compete in female sports categories? Is it inclusion or advantage? A right or a distortion? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs to hear what's truly at stake. Subscribe to World Radar and keep scanning the truth behind the headlines. Until the next radar.